Hello dear readers, it's Tidbit Tuesday yet again, January 26th, and let's start off with some good news. For all my fans of the Sears War, I know a lot of you were disappointed with the products that were tied in with it through Cafe Press. Well, I have good news for you. We have shut down our Cafe Press store and reopened one through Redbubble, and speaking from personal experience as a customer, they are a lot better. So I hope everybody that was disappointed, or even my new fans of the Sears War, will swing on by and support their favorite seer from the series. The link, I don't know where it appears to the video, but the link is in the description of the YouTube video, so check it out. As I said, it's January 26th. It is the day before Lewis Carroll's birthday, so this is another big Tidbit Tuesday thing for me because he is my other favorite author, along with Edgar Allan Poe, who was also born in January. Lewis Carroll would have been 184 tomorrow, so woohoo! Go down a rabbit hole and celebrate. Lewis Carroll's works are probably the most inspiring to me because they go beyond, and let's face it, he has probably influenced more books, movies, songs throughout these 184 years all around the world. I mean, the countless books and poetry and video games, my own personal favorite, American Begins Alice, and variations and influences, you know, the Jabberwocky and all those kind of crazy creations kind of just spread out everywhere. And of course the movies, from the very, very, very first in 1903, the silent Alice in Wonderland, to this year's Alice Through the Looking Glass coming out later this year. I'm really psyched about watching that. And of course music, and you know, White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, and Still Doll by Ken and Wakashima. They Call Her Alice by Shinedown. I mean, let's face it, it's quite an event. So from that, it kind of leads me to thinking about lead female characters in a lot of things. Alice obviously is the main character in Lewis Carroll's works. For being just a child, she's strong-willed, she's independent, she thinks for herself, but she has her weaknesses. Writing female characters is not easy. Even as a female author, it's not easy, because you want a strong female character, but you want a believable one, and let's face it, nobody goes alone. Everybody needs somebody at some point in their life to support them. But 9 times out of 10 with female characters, people think, well, it's because she's weak. If it's a male character, not so much that he's weak, but with female characters, they automatically go for the weakness. In writing my Sears War, Morgan obviously came out as a, in my opinion, very independent, strong-willed, kick-ass character, but she also has her weaknesses and her vulnerabilities. In the Tome series, I hope as it continues and the female characters that you have met, like Rhea, and continue to meet, like Aki and Darja coming up in Rahasya, Book 3, that even though they have their weak points, they're not weak women. They have their strengths, but they also need support in one form or another. Rhea is an enchantress, but she needs that martial support, that kind of thing. I look forward to feedback on stuff like that. I like hearing what my readers think of my characters, but especially the female characters, because it's not that common to see strong female characters. Even in this day and age, they're either sexualized or they're become unrealistic objects that little girls strive to attain to, but can't because it's not realistic. I think more important than anything, movies, books, even songs, and the people that create them need to focus more on the strengths, the independence, the cleverness, the cunning, rather than the imagery or unrealistic, I am a goddess and I don't need anybody, because that's not real either. Nobody can go at anything alone and make it, because there's always somebody there that supports you, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a man or a woman. It can just be someone from your past or someone that inspires you. But that's all I have for this week. I would appreciate everybody kind of giving me their thoughts on those things, and maybe who your most inspiring or favorite female characters are. My own, like I said, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, she's a 6-year-old little girl in the story, but she's quite inspiring. Feel free to share, and I will see you next week.